when I introduced Trigger Happy, fuck, my coffee jar looked bad. I cleaned it. No one lays eyes on that except me. I cleaned the Za coffee jar. That didn't look too good on camera, man. Whoa, looked like I was drinking fish tank fucking water, dude. Maybe that's what it is. Anyways, so it's Monday. Just tried to go out for a dirt bike ride. I'll show you guys my Z400 quad right now. Seats off. I changed the oil, added some antifreeze, and got through first 5 gears, and she just stopped, man. Yeah, I'm a little worried. This is an '08 Z400. I take it to a rad mechanic, Kyle in Lapine. Super cool. I like going there and stuff. You know, 4-stroke machine. I'm not gonna go tearing into that. That's just not my thing. I don't have experience or tools for that. So I like going to Kyle and just seeing what he has to say about it. It's piped up. It runs pretty hot. The last time I ran it, the fan was on quite a bit. I put a performance piston in it too. It has a bigger piston, so I think it runs hotter. But today, we just right up at stage, just 2 minutes down the road, and it just up and died. Such is the life when you're doing motorsports. Your shit's just gonna will up and die on you. Could have happened further down. So I came back early, and I had a rad nitro run yesterday. A lot of fun. Here are the whips back from yesterday. Still got some dirt there. I used some nitro clean isopropyl alcohol. I'm trying to see what I can do without using water. And I have an air compressor there. So anyways, the whips will live after a run, and if I'm not going to go out for a while, they'll just chill like that. Here's a Scorpion. There's still some dirt, but at least I can see what's going on. I am aware that the alcohol can take away from lubrication. I didn't hit this one with silicone. I hit this one with it just to see what the difference is. There's a little bit of dirt here and there. It's a good surface clean for now. Both motors are out. After run, piston should be at bottom dead center. I make sure they're not stuck up top. Here's the SH. The air filter still on it. There's the dynamite. So those perform good. Here's my pipes. There's the reds. And the Kyosho tuned exhaust. So just got everything out. Alcoholed up the fuel tanks, just take everything out. So I will do that after every run. I like looking at everything when I'm done, and I can just kind of see every nook and cranny. And I'll try to see what my other cleaning options are. Might try denatured alcohol. So rad day of nitro yesterday. That worked out because the previous day, fifth scale, no action. Today, moto, fuck, wasn't expecting that, no action. I also do have an old 3, one running, and I have a boneyard for Suzuki quad racers. So there's just parts for 292 Suzuki LT250Rs. So I do have old 2-stroke stuff, and I have one that does run right now. I'd like to take it down to the sand dunes. What I'm going to do, so I have some extra time today since I got back, since my quad just stopped. Whoa. So here's a few carburetors. Here's the carburetor, the 668 that came with the model. There's a choke. This is another 990 that's pretty new, and this is a I believe an 813 that has the top spiller. I guess the 813 is for like wide open runs. You get an extra spill of gas. So I'm just gonna take the time right now and make a video seeing if I can demonstrate what how each of these carbs perform. So right now, here is the current 990. So I will go ahead and just show you guys how I'm setting the needles, and just see if, you know, just show what I'm doing step by step. See, maybe we can eliminate carbs. If the carbs do the same exact thing, then maybe it'd be possible to go deeper. So let's go ahead and get you know, set the needles right now and show you guys how I do that. I'm just gonna clean up a couple more things and get right back to this. Yerba mate. Oh, it's good. Blue Foria. So I have some notes here regarding Icepick, and I just kind of made some notes just when shit started kind of first happening. I mean, I was bugging back when I thought my fuel return line was going the wrong way. Now I know that's a fuel return line. Here's some carb settings, some base settings. I got a high needle of a 1.5, turns out a low of a 1 1/4. Produce slightly rich results. I checked an OBR tuning video, and he suggested a high of 1 5/8, which is 1.5 plus a pinch out, and a low of 1 1/8. So those are good settings. I got a gas tank note, making sure the vent hole is flowing free. Safety pin through the hole. I got a couple gas caps, so I can put both of them on. Make sure my air filter isn't thrashed with oil. It's not right now. So the issue is just fuel's not getting delivered properly. And man, thank you y'all for just leaving so many rad suggestions. I'm just gonna, you know, spend today doing as much as I can on this. We got a big work week coming up, and I won't want to do it when I get off work. I know that. So I have carbs. I can switch out some carbs. I can check my flywheel gap. I have the little metal, thin piece of metal to check that gap. I can make sure the kill switch on the motor isn't somehow engaging. I can richen my high while it's running. Tweak with the settings, see if we get different behaviors. I can clean the carb needles and make sure the carb's flowing free. I can check my automatic braking system on my remote. I can check and replace a plug. I can make sure my head bolts are torqued down. I can check the carb diaphragm. It could be plugged. Intake gaskets could be thrashed at this time. So I'll just check my gaskets over. So all those are like rad suggestions for me to be aware of. So I'm just gonna grab my screwdriver right now, and we'll just try out carb number 1 and check our results. All right. So I'll just go 1.5 out on the high, and 1 1/4 out on the low for right now. So let's just zero everything out. Here's the high. Okay, that's zeroed out. Here's the low. Okay, so both of those are zeroed out. So let's go on the high needle. Let's go 1 full turn, and then 1 half turn. Should be 1.5. On the low, let's go 1 full turn, and a quarter turn. Okay, 1 1/4. Alright, I just turned on my Fly Sky remote. I'm gonna turn my car on now. Oops. So I should have a carb opening properly. From what I can tell, the linkage looks okay. I'm just gonna hit my primer bulb right now. I see fuel going through the return line. So the engine feels like it's got good compression. Get my knee on here. Okay, it does fire up. I'm doing this on the ground because I'm also doing it inside. That's all I can do. I'm doing this on the ground just so, I don't know, I mean, we'll just replicating the car being on the ground and about ready to run. So let's see if I can put my camera somewhere. Just kind of see. I need both arms to work here. Okay, so that's carb 1. So I'm gonna get out of this room now and let it air out. So that's what's been happening all weekend. So I will go ahead and take off carb 1 right now, and we'll install another one. I'm also going to check my a couple things off that list. The gap on the flywheel ignition coil, just to check it out. I'll do it right now. So here's how my carbs are going on. Just like that big hole in the bottom, the little one up top. I reamed out the big hole in the bottom as kind of got a tip from John Bodegel on when he was doing his cube build. Yeah, I made that hole bigger, so that should be breathing good. So that's exactly how that's going on up against that. There's a look in there. So this was the first carb that we just heard, but I just wanted to show the gasket. I can show it again. Just use this light. This looks like a good gasket. Again, just to go just right there. So here's the first carb that we used. This is a brand new 990. So I'll just set it over here so we know we tested that one. That was number one. Here's a carb that came with the model with the choke on it. I might try and see if I can get this on. I'm just curious at this point, you know, just see. So let's see if we can get this on here. Alright, so we got our stock carb. It has a choke on it. And that should be the choke off. I just want the choke off. So there's the hammer going down, which means it's opening for fuel. So it's all hooked up to my linkage. So let's just do our needles right now. The exact same as the other one. Okay, those are zeroed out. The high needle. It's 1. 1 and a half. That's 1.5 turns on the high. Let's do our low at there's 1 all the way around, and 1.25. Alright, so we got the carb set basically just like the other 990. So let's just get it on the floor and see what it does. Same exact thing. It's like we have action for a little bit and then it goes right into that bog mode, right into it. Okay, so there's the carb that came with the model with the choke on it. I believe I had the choke off, so I just set it there next to that other 990. I'm gonna say it did the exact same thing, but let's move on to another carb right now. This is that top end carb. It says 998 on it. I got it with a special oil filter. I've never ran it. This one's like a lot harder to open the hammer, like right there. So this might be that special top end thing where you run it for extra top end. So anyway, I am curious at this point, so we're gonna throw her in. This has no choke on it, which is nice. So let me get this racked up and we'll test this one to see if it does the same thing. Alright, we got carb number 3 here on. Again, I think that's the one with the accelerator pump. I've never ran this carb. Got the linkage on there. We got fuel staged. So we're gonna do on the high. Here's the high. We're gonna do 1.5. So we're zeroed out right now. So let's go 1 turn, and then let's go half a turn. So that's 1.5 on the high, and then on the low, let's do make sure we're zeroed out here. Okay, let's do 1.25. There's 1 hour, and then that should be a quarter of an hour. Alright, so everything's replicated from the last carb. So we got fuel staged. Let's get her on the floor now. I like doing this on the floor because it replicates a run, and see what happens. Okay, that's carb number 3. Ooh, it smells like gas in here, man. You got fifth scale, you got dirt bikes living in your house. At least I do, but it doesn't matter. It's just me. So, I just took this 998. I swear this was said 1107. Anyhow, I think this is the one with the accelerator pump. I am curious about the accelerator pump. I'd like to run out at Christmas Valley sand dunes, so I'd be thinking about, I wonder if the carb with an accelerator pump would be a good deal for sand dune top end. So but I did just watch this carb do exactly what those other two did, so the settings were the same. So I can go ahead and set this over here. So we got 3 carbs there: the accelerator pump, the one with the choke, and a 990 modified. So I just watched them all do the exact same thing. So what I'll do now is just eliminate my last carb, which is another 990. I'll go ahead and replicate everything just like those other ones, and I'll leave it on the car, and just so perhaps we will eliminate a carb issue. If we've seen 4 carbs do the same thing, at that point I'll just leave this on, and I'll take some other stuff off, but just leave this modified 990 on the car, which is pretty much new. That has about maybe 5 or 6 runs through it. So I'll get this on there right now, and we'll just see what it does. So before I install carb number 4 here, I'm looking at these crimpers on my lines. They just seem really tight. I'm going to remove those things, and that'll be the only thing different on carb number 4 than the first 3. Took those router things off. Seems like they could breathe a little better now. I got one line resting on my bars there for my linkage. I got a hammer going all the way down. So let's go ahead now and zero out the needles and just completely replicate the previous settings. All these needles were out like pretty far. It was like 4 turns to get that back in. So let's go for the high. 1.5 out. There's 1 turn. There's a 1/2 turn. Let's do 1.25 here. 1. There's 1. And there's about 1/4. Alright, carb number 4. Same everything as the previous. I'm gonna go in the other room now and breathe. So I never ran the gas tanks that come with these models. They just get in the way of a lot of stuff. But on my metal tanks here, perhaps there's a leak somewhere. I think I'll put this in and do one more fire up test. I'm just going to go out of the room now though and breathe a little bit and let this clear out. And tank's never been ran, so the lines should be good. The little thing down there should be good, a little filter. So let's take a little break, and I'm also, I think, gonna take off some stuff and have a look in there and let you guys see. Just thought I would offer a look in here before I start working on this video and get out of this room. Just start getting ready for the week. I just wanted to show my gap. That looks okay. I got my gap tool there. I just checked my header bolts. I don't think I have any air escaping through there. And yeah, I just wanted to offer a look in here before we all get ready for our work week. I will note that that doesn't even feel that weird. I thought I felt some play in my flywheel, but I really don't. So that's about all I'm gonna do today on Icepick. So yeah, kind of I don't mind doing this. We'll get it figured out, and just kind of want to end on kind of an upper here. I got an Axis stand coming. This is trigger happy, so I'll start getting trigger happy racked up. There's trigger happy's motor, there's trigger happy's pipe, and a bunch of other stuff, and I'll have another Baja ready to go. So that stand should be killer, make it easy to work on, and yeah, you know, just keep going, keep wrenches turning. Anyways, thanks for the suggestions, guys, and I know we'll get this figured out one way or another. We got to keep everybody moving. All right, everybody, have a good short work week. It'll fly right by, and we'll all be out there ripping it up.